so it went. For weeks, then months, until the extraordinary became commonplace. Dealing with the cold and the wildlife became a new routine. Intense and surreal, but routine. I kept my sanity and wits by not thinking too deeply about what I was seeing and doing. I got lonesome sometimes out in the Badlands, but music and weekly messages from the missus kept me company.
Hey everyone, we're here at the Tokyo Game Show. Peter Brown with Sean McInnes. We just went to meet with Capcom and saw some of their upcoming games.
Yeah.
Played Lost Planet 3, right?
I did. I got a chance to play a big chunk of Lost Planet 3. About, I would say, probably a 15 or 20-minute demo of the game. The gameplay itself felt, it felt like Lost Planet. Mm-hmm. There's a sequence where you start out, you're going through these sort of caverns, and you've got these insectoid creatures coming at you. You got to shoot them down. Collect the orange bits that they drop. Eventually, you get into this sort of mech suit, and you fight this big, another insectoid type of creature. And like typical Lost Planet games, you shoot for the orange bits on the guy, and that's his weakness. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the gameplay itself, it felt like Lost Planet.
It's familiar.
It doesn't seem like they're deviating too much from that. What interested me most about this, and this is something that kind of surprised me, is that the whole kind of feel and atmosphere of the game almost has a sort of Western feel to it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the intro cinematic starts with a monologue for the main character, Peyton, and he's got kind of a southern drawl, and the music there is kind of twangy, and he's talking about just like passing his time, doing these contracts out on this wild frontier,
right,
and like, talking to his wife back home and trying to stave off that feeling of lonesomeness.
Yeah, that was a big theme they were playing on when they showed the demo at Gamescom.
Yeah, and then like in the game you sort of run into these characters who are a little bit on the fringes. They're they seem a little stir crazy and a little out there. Like you feel like this is a hostile environment that people are still trying to come to terms with, and it's like it's got its own secrets. And it felt to me a lot like a game like Red Dead Redemption, where it's all these people who are in like this crazy frontier that they're not all that familiar with, and it's kind of like getting to them in certain ways.
Does it ever get to them like during the gameplay? Is there any sort of like emotion like factor to take into
I don't know if I played enough of the game to get a sense of that. It might, that might change out like later into the game, but what I played was a pretty standard third-person shooter. If you played like a Gears of War type game, it's gonna feel like a third-person shooter you played before. But yeah, that whole atmosphere thing actually kind of surprised me. That's interesting. I wonder how much they're going to play that up throughout the rest of the game.
Awesome. Well, that sounds interesting. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're at the Tokyo Game Show. We're talking Lost Planet 3.